Hi everyone, it's Kristen Redmond, and today we're going to go over the planetary aspects that are going to be surrounding us this week, February 8th through Valentine's Day, the 14th. And today I am outside by default because our 4-year-old and our 6-year-old are in the process of recording their own YouTube video for my son's YouTube channel, which will go live eventually here, but he likes to do his little toy reviews, and he calls it Tips Tried It, because we call him Tips, that's his nickname. So they are recording their own video in there, so I am outside today, because that's how I'm going to roll today. So that kind of starts off where my trajectory is going for this week, because I'm setting up the camera and the tripod and everything in there and showing him how to operate it. And just a side note here, I may have to edit this video a lot because I'm going to have to go in there a lot and help them, I have the feeling, but hey, whatever. But getting everything set up in there made me realize how grateful it makes me that they want to be creative and be themselves and show that to the world. That's something that my husband and I both really just live through our actions. We're very Aquarian people, and that's, we've talked a lot about Aquarius lately. Aquarius is about being able to be free and be yourself. And my husband is an Aquarius. His birthday is January 30th. So he's a very independent guy. He's a business owner. He's had his own construction business for years, and that's his thing, man. He's creative, and he loves being independent and free, and he has amazing ideas that always come to him, and he always knows what to do. It's just kind of that Aquarian energy. My moon is an Aquarius, and your moon represents your inner self, okay? So where your moon is at, that just kind of says like who you are on the inside. And I am very independent and free, and I'm not like, in my younger years I may have been rebellious in a different way because you don't know how to control it, but as you mature, you learn that being yourself is actually probably one of the coolest things you can do, And so for me, I enjoy just kind of being myself and not really following what other people do or say, and that may look like rude on the outside surface, and that's what they say about Aquarians, that they're very detached. Their emotions can be detached, but it's not because they don't care. They really do care immensely, but it's that they want to be able to separate themselves from their situation so they can focus on their individual path and what they're doing and not be so concerned about what everyone else is thinking or doing. They want to do their own thoughts and do their own thing. And so for me, inner wise, I have to do that to be happy, because my moon is in Aquarius. But so what's cool about that combination I just said there, I know that was like a 3-minute video, but that combination of those two, that's what our new moon is tomorrow. It's that sun in Aquarius, like my husband, the Mr. Independent, I'm going to do this myself, and the moon is also going to be in Aquarius for this new moon. And that moon, remember, it's like I have to be free to be me on the inside. I need my time by myself. I need to be free thinking and independent. Those two represent what our new moon is tomorrow. New moons are new beginnings, new opportunities, right? To let go of the past and not care anymore about what people think or what people have done, or what you're focused on now is what you want to do moving forward into the rest of this year. And this year is, ironically enough, tomorrow is the Chinese New Year. And the Chinese New Year this year is the fire monkey year. That's what 2016 is going to be. And fire is that sign that represents your creativity and that burning flame that's inside of you, that unique individual you. And fire also is that courage to make you shine. Do what you're supposed to do and not care what those other people think, right? It's following what your heart is telling you to do. And the monkey is all about creativity and energy and fun. So this year we're going to be filled with all of these this like passion and desire to initiate these new beginnings in our life based off of how cool we are as an individual, what we bring to the table, and how we want to live our life. And this year was awesome because you've got that fire, and here we are in this Aquarian sign right now in the universe. You take all of that together, and it just makes you want to take risks, right? You don't really care what happens because at this point you've already been beaten down so much that you're just sick of being beaten down and stuck, right? Poor and not no one to love or whatever it is. You're just tired of it. And this is the year where you really change and you say, you know what, this is who I am. This is how I'm going to change it. I'm going to change my financial situation myself. I'm going to find this person myself, and I'm going to do it by just being me, okay? And taking a couple risks along the way. And what's cool is right now, energetically too, this week, Mercury, that planet of thought and communication and those things that represent Aquarius. That's another thing with Aquarius. It's these really brilliant flashes of ideas that you get and insight. Like I said with my husband, he gets these cool ideas like how to make like a shelving unit that that you could put like 13 TVs and somehow hide all the wires, and like his, that's what that represents, that Aquarian energy, to think and not necessarily analyze, but to come up with the smartest solution, So Mercury is going to be moving into that sign of Aquarius on the 13th, on Saturday. And what that does is it gives us these brilliant flashes of insight for how to be that free individual self that we want. We're going to get these really sharp flashes of ideas that go through in the 3 weeks that Mercury is going to remain in that sign of Aquarius. We're all of a sudden going to feel those insights. We're going to see and think about what we can do to really free ourselves, free our minds, free our lives up from those old, long-running programs that we keep going back to over and over and over again. That's what it's going to do. Mercury's going to help us kind of crack through it. It's going to be a good time if you still waited to make those New Year's resolutions. Don't feel bad about it, okay? Because intuitively, no matter what, you're always in tune with the universe. You subliminally always kind of just follow the rhythm it goes. As long as you're going with your gut, you're following it, right? Uh-oh, here we go. YouTube, hold on a minute here. Need some help? Hold on. Okay, I'm back. Crisis averted. Okay, so long and short of it, now, universally, the energy is a little bit better. Not a little bit better. It's ready. Now that Mercury has gone from being in Capricorn, which is an earth sign that kind of holds it back from moving forward. Mercury's about momentum. So when it's in an earth sign like that, it feels slowed down and it's not ready to go. And now it's in that air sign of Aquarius, of energy and newness and freedom. And so Mercury is off like a shot. Our thoughts are right on. We are ready to rock and roll. And now's that time to capitalize on it. So really, if you haven't started your New Year's resolutions, now you can say, I was just waiting for the universe to be ready for me, and now it is. So now it's time to start it, right? Because you want that new beginning, right? This new moon and the new year and the Chinese New Year and all these things that happen tomorrow. It's like such an awesome way for God to just say, hey man, you want a new beginning? Here it is. What do you want? That's what he's asking right now for that new moon. So put it in there. Put it out there. Your mind's going to be thinking really sharp here anyways. You already thought about what it is you want. Now it's time to put it out there. And, one of the wonderful things to think about is love. Of course, we've got Valentine's this week, right? And for our Valentine's Day, we are going to be in an earth sign, like I was just talking about, how that kind of slowed Mercury, our thought process and our communication and just our actions down. Venus, that planet of love and money, it's in the sign of Capricorn too right now. So when you got yourself in a Valentine's Day, when that Venus is in Capricorn, you're going to be a little bit more practical with your Valentine plans. You're going to want to just kind of hang out and do a Netflix night as opposed to going all crazy and out on the town and stuff. You may give more practical gifts like, I'm outside here, so I see my car, like windshield wipers. My husband did that for me one year, at a Christmas that was in an earth sign, with Venus. But it's it's kind of more of those practical gifts that you get. It's more of the gift of love. This is what it is. I love you so much and I care about your safety, or I love you so much that I just made you a hot pocket for Valentine's Day this year. Maybe that's what you'll get, but what you're really getting is just that really grounded and bonded love, right? That's the universal love of Valentine's this year. We got Mars and Scorpio, so you got luck for some good passion, because Scorpio is really intense, a water sign, really deep feeling, really intense. So when we have Mars, that planet of passion, in there, oh boy, when you do get your Valentine groove on, it'll be very fulfilling and happy for everybody. So that's one of the good things there, while you're having your Netflix Valentine night. So let's see this week where they want us to look at with everything, with that Aquarian energy, that new moon, those new beginnings, and just everything, right? Okay. So, sorry, I just feel like I had to get really quiet there. I feel like they want me to shuffle 6 times. 6 means harmony. That's what we want. And while I'm shuffling this, I can tell you I'm going to have my new moon horoscopes for you all up on my Facebook page tomorrow. I will put those on my blog, and I'll let you know on my Facebook page when they're ready. So it's 4. What do they want us to know this week? Beautiful sun shining on me there. Aquarian sun. It's not such a bad thing to be out here, huh? Alright. Alright, so we've got the Ten of Water. And what the Ten of Water represents, it's really cool with the Ten of Water, because I'm thinking about this here in the terms of this like new moon, and how it's like the sun and the moon that are aligned in the zodiac chart for everybody, like for the whole world. It's like each little segment of that tiny little pie represents a week in the year, and each one of those represents a different type of card, one of these cards that I use. Okay, and this card in particular is the very last teeny tiny piece of the pie at the very end of the zodiac, at the very end of the wheel, and that represents like the very ending and the transformation, and then it goes into the beginning of the chart, the very brand new beginning. That's exactly where this card is at, and I think that's really cool how Spirit of God has just kind of come around and brought that as a reminder to me. I mean, it's a really awesome meaning to the card too, and I'll read that to you in a minute, but that's the first thing that jumps out at me, is that it's that last piece just before we're able to become our new self and be our new self. This is really awesome. Anyway, so the meaning behind this card is that it is a contented and rewarding family life. Everything's happy, everybody's happy. Their cups, this is what the water suit represents, cups. It's in the tarot, it's the cups. So your cup's running over with the abundance of money, family, and love, and it's a good thing, right? Okay, and it says that all of your needs are met. I mean, your cup's running over, right? So, and that you're going to be developing those trustworthy relationships. Things are good in this card, and that's what it's telling us is going to come in our new moon cycle, our full moon cycle. When those blessings come, it may not necessarily be this full moon. Maybe it'll come in the next full moon or the next full moon. But we have to just be patient, right? That's one of the main things that comes with that, is that patience and waiting for those blessings to come through. We just have to know that it's coming, right? And it always does. And that's what's so cool with God, is that it's like every time that he does come through, you realize how cool and unique in a way he always was there to keep you safe. Like this week, I thought all of my pictures of my boys were deleted forever off of our computer because it blew up and died. And I prayed, and I thought, you know what? There's got to be some way, because the hard drive was ruined, so all the pictures were gone. It was corrupted, and you can't really get any data off of a corrupted file like that. And I just said, you know what? I'm going to ask for God to help me, because I can't have all that gone, and I'll look at the lesson in it if I do, was my thought process. And I asked Archangel Chamuel, the angel that helps us find things, help it appear, help it come, And come to find out, the computer guy told me that somehow magically we had two separate drives on our hard drive. We had things that were saving to a C drive and another one that was saving to a D. And all of my pictures and videos were on that drive the whole time. So it's like God was saying years ago when I got that computer and started saving these pictures and videos of my boys and our life in the past 4 years, you know, is like he knew the whole time that on February 1st, you know, I'd screw it up and our computer I thought would be gone, and he already had that blessing waiting for me the whole time. And I worried and I cried so much over it, you know, and thought I lost everything, and I really didn't. I just had to ask God for that help, for that blessing that was meant to come, you know, and it did. And so that's kind of like a cool story for this new moon too, right? While we wait for that full moon to come to bring us that money or bring us that relationship, whatever it is, know that we can't rush it. We just have to pray and know that that blessing is there. One way or another, it might not be the way we think it's going to be, and he'll always come through with an awesome way to bring it to us, but he knows what we need before we need it. So keep that in mind, right, through this one, because this is what's coming. That's what he's telling you. Don't worry, you already have it. You have it, right? This is going to be like such a long video today, but I want to pull an emotion card with it too. Oh my gosh, I forgot my stone. What? So worried about that. Let's do the emotion card first, right? And then I'm going to pull a stone. Actually, you know what? I was holding on to the stone the whole time anyway, so maybe that's the sign. This is just a clear quartz, you know. A clear quartz is just, it's like the universal stone. You can use it for whatever. It really never needs cleansing. If you do want to, put it out in that full moon. When the moon cycle comes, it'll fill it with all sorts of good energy. And you could also put it out in the new moon cycle. If you feel like it's full of all your old gunk and you want to symbolically dump it, put it in that new moon light tomorrow night or the night after, okay? And it'll dump it. But the cool thing with clear quartz is it's the magical stone that takes on the properties of every stone out there. So if you're like, man, I wish I had me a green tourmaline and I don't, you do. You can. That's what's awesome about this stone, is it magically can become whatever you need it to be. Main thing though is it helps clear all the chakras. It's the perfect stone. It's the universal all-purpose, like 409 cleaner stone, you know. That's what the energy is. Whatever you want it to be, that's what I feel like that clear quartz is telling us right now. Maybe it's telling us something with this emotion card. I don't know. We are going to find out right now. Here, let's see. Let's do 3 for God. That is the number of God here. So let's see. Oh, insecurity. Badoo. It's like they throw that caveat in there. That's what holds us back, right? It's feeling like we're not good enough. I want the world to know how I am. You know, I'm scared to have the world see me who I am, or stand up for who I am, or be as creative as I want to be and put it out there. Yeah, you can, right? Because this is guaranteed, and this is what's going to keep you from getting here. You know, like, let's just kind of make this new moon cycle new you cycle. Okay, totally. It's almost like another new year. We got that Chinese New Year with the fire, with the sign, that fire monkey. It's all about initiating new beginnings by taking risks. So let's do it. Make it whatever you want it to be, right? So y'all better check on my Facebook page tomorrow. Just keep an eye out. I'll give you the link for my blog post for the new moon horoscopes. Kind of focus more on what your sign is saying, that this Aquarian energy is bringing to it, and where your new beginnings lie for that freedom. Okay, maybe where you're focusing, and how to activate that creativity that's in there that'll help you find your freedom. Okay, have a wonderful week and a happy Valentine's Day that may be boring and dull, but it's full of the balance and structure you need. Okay, lots of love, and I am grateful for every one of you that watch my videos. Thank you. Have a wonderful week.